we have, quite sadly, now reached the beginning of Pride Month, I believe, right? Yeah, it's June 2nd now. Yesterday was the beginning of Pride Month. Trust me, this one is going to be much worse than anything we have ever seen before. Target kicked off Pride Month about a week ago. It started on it nice and early with a nice little section right at the entrance of our Target. And I know I didn't cover them a few weeks ago, but Target has now been selling chest binders. These quote-unquote gender-affirming garments are frequently linked to broken ribs, lightheadedness, and plenty of other problems later in life. All in the name of being gender-affirming, you can destroy kids' lives by simply telling them to wear these. So why do I bring this up? Because they're here. I know Target took them off of their website. That doesn't mean they don't exist. At my Target in Arizona, I took pictures. At my Target, they are selling them. I have pictures here. I'll put them up on the screen of the chest binders. That's an actual thing that they're selling here. They aren't shown on the website, but they are there. I took pictures. I did journalisming. Now, I haven't exactly kept track of Pride Month previously, but I'm pretty sure this is new. And Disney is set to release some new show about drag queens for kids soon, according to a video discovered by Chris Rufo. And that is following Discovery Plus's drag queen show, and who else? Was it HBO Max that did one a little while ago? It's everywhere. So this Pride Month is going to be horrible. And it just goes to show how far the left has infiltrated into our lives. No one is questioning anything in our government and in our mainstream media. And going back to Target again, I didn't take pictures. They have Pride dog toys in case your dog wants to express themselves, your dog wants to come out as gay, or you forgot how neutering works. And as I said, this sets up for a terrible month ahead. Good luck. Time for the weekly news. Alright, in the second biggest bit of news, the jury sided with Johnny Depp in his defamation case, and as the media has lamented, this partially destroys the believe all women idea. At least it hopefully does. And I think this is entirely the left's fault if it does in fact lead to the destruction of the believe all women movement, but that requires something which we'll get to in a second. This was a stupid idea in the first place, though. No group of people can be relied on entirely to be trustworthy, as the Depp case just proved. And, I mean, common sense would prove. They built up an entire base on the Me Too movement and the believe all women idea, that if a famous one, it's such a base that if a famous woman is proved to be a terrible liar, maybe that could come crumbling down. But that would require some truthfulness from the mainstream media as well, and we know that isn't going to happen. They're all saying that Amber Heard was right, even though she's just a sociopathic liar. Alright, are you a big fan of K-pop? I hope so, because Biden thinks every youngster is. The ruffians they are. So the Biden administration brought in BTS, who previously worked with McDonald's on their kids' meals, because, you know, the people who eat kids' meals at McDonald's definitely love BTS. Please don't listen to BTS. If you do, Michael Jordan, give me some help with the messaging here.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, you just need to stop. Don't ever listen to BTS. And I wish they would have brought them in to announce that BTS has been officially removed from the internet forever, but it seems that isn't what is happening. So, just to show how in touch BTS is with Gen Z, here's a small section of their speech.
네, 오늘은 AA의 NHPI 헤리티지먼스의 마지막 날입니다.
Well said, my friend. Well said. You understood all of that, right? Because you should have understood all of that. I think what he's saying is, sorry, you don't listen to us. Don't listen to BTS. Just don't. Time for the worst of the week. Alright, the NAACP is the worst this week, although I took this article from a little while ago. They've really outlived their actual duties, and it is really time for the NAACP to just crumble and burn. Take one of the latest things they've done. So Biden has been planning for a while, I don't know if I've covered this, to cancel student loan debt, at least to a certain extent, and that is a stupid idea for a few reasons we'll cover very briefly. First of all, the debt isn't actually canceled, it's just put onto the taxpayers. Secondly, it allows universities to simply raise prices forever, because no one is going to challenge them, because the government's just going to pay for it. Anyway, the reason student loan forgiveness is dumb isn't exactly the subject here, although it is completely stupid. Biden is planning to forgive up to $10,000 in student debt. The chief of the NAACP has officially said in a statement that, quote, Black Americans are the only people who have student debt higher than their median annual income. $10,000 in cancellation would not place their student debt lower than their annual income. And first of all, Biden isn't taking into account income, so that isn't the point. And second of all, that becomes a racist policy against white people if you officially give black people more money in student loan debt. And finally, this is a point that the NAACP seems to be ignoring. They kind of just contradicted most of their other arguments. There's nothing preventing black people from getting high-paying jobs. That is protected by the Constitution, just FYI. So they have no lesser chance than white people. In fact, even in places like the NFL with their Rooney Rule, they have higher chances than white people of being hired. So if their student loan is greater than their income, is that not proof that they are actually doing well in the education system, despite what they will say? That America is not systemically racist because black people are getting more higher education than white people? We don't actually need to start just completely getting rid of standardized testing and things? The logical inconsistencies are everywhere, and that's why the NAACP is the worst this week, although that story's from a few weeks ago. Thanks for watching and or listening. Go get 'em.